And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Rak'Shir League Season 2 Mid-Season Invitational. Because of course that's what it would be. What else would it be? As I'm here, your host, Light VIP, and with me I'm joined by the fluffy, the beautiful, the enigmatic, the AsherBro. Oh.
And hello.
Next time you do the intro, Papi. Next.
No. I was trying to order some pancakes. I got distracted.
You're ordering pancakes?
Yeah. Just the little ones, like the tiny ones. And you get the little bits of like strawberry and like Nutella and cream. The cream, Papi.
Oh.
I need the cream.
Just the tip, Papi. Just the tip.
Oh, just a little.
Just a little bit. It's gonna be a great cast. But as Asher orders some lovely, beautiful, small but filling pancakes, we of course are going to be casting an invitational. If you're familiar with our channel, we have casted the Rak'Shir Team League in the past. We have competed in Rak'Shir in the previous season. I think it was around November, December, kind of October, November, December. We were able to cast that. We were able to be a part of that. But in between seasons, now there's a bit of an invitational going on. A lot of some pretty sick matches, some big teams going at it here as well. I say big teams, you know, kind of like the mid-tier level teams, because, you know, CSORM Gaming is clearly mid, as they were like top 3 in WTL. Yeah, I just wanted to shine a little bit of light on this, especially because there's going to be a match this weekend, and potentially, I say potentially, if Platinum Heroes knows what's good for them, they're going to be fielding Miguelito over the weekend, okay? And he should be playing in this team league. He should be.
Sorry, lad, I didn't realize you were talking about the BTL. Now I'm interested.
You're like, oh, now I understand, Papi. BTL.
Now we're talking, Papi. The BTL. The Rak'Shir Berserker Team Clan League.
You're an animal, Papi. Oh my god. But yeah, you know it, of course, the team league that's going to be going on. And tonight we have some pretty sick matches. Switching our scenes over here, we're going to be casting, and we're going to be starting things off with CSORM Gaming versus CSO Esports. The maps are have already been allocated, as you can see here. The lineups are already predetermined as well. This is WTL format, so 3 best of 2s.
They were written in the stars many, many centuries ago. These matchups. We've been waiting years, Papi.
We've been waiting years, Papi. Aye. I think also the question that everyone, it's on the tip of everyone's tongue, Papi. We all want to know, what kind of pancakes are you ordering?
Oh, the ones I said, strawberry and cream and Nutella.
Oh, okay. Strawberry cream.
Yeah. And cream and Nutella. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you owe us some photos after this. Okay.
Okay.
It's beautiful, Papi. It's beautiful. I mean, it's good to hear that the Vegemite and ice cream sandwich didn't ruin your taste buds. You know, you're okay.
I don't know. I'm really not sure. I'm slowly trying to work that out.
You're like, do I still like what I like? Do I
Yeah.
have to put Vegemite on everything now? Do I?
Yeah, what about strawberry, cream, Nutella, and Vegemite pancakes?
Oh. Do it.
You've opened my eyes, like.
You can see the
it's
light.
a whole new world.
Just Vegemite on everything, you know? You can't go wrong? Question mark? Maybe?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Beautiful. Well, I'm jealous, and I hope the pancakes turn out well. I hope they
Oh, thank you.
fill you up.
Okay, we're starting out with a ZV. We're starting out with a ZVP, so I'm sure before the end of this cast, I will be able to show you those pancakes.
Beautiful, beautiful, mate. Yes, we're going to be kicking things off here with MindelVK versus an up-and-coming player, a player who I've been seeing pop up and rise more and more. It is going to be Trifax. Let's go.
I do see Trifax a lot. He ladders a lot. Like every time I watch anyone roughly around that 6K mark on streams and that when they're playing EU ladder, I definitely see a lot of Trifax. So seems like he's a grinder, he's putting in the work, and looks like it's been paying off as well. He's been getting some decent results lately.
Ooh. Yeah, he really has, as we are going to be diving into this series and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern. We have his opponent, the Orange Protoss player representing PSISTORM Gaming. It is MindelVK.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have our Red Zerg playing for CSO Esports with that beautiful dragon, I want to say.
Yeah.
Dragon, yeah, that's a dragon. It is the Polish Zerg, Trifax.
Let's go, Poppy. The CSO dragon, like whenever I look at it, I think of the, do you know the St. George Bank?
Yes. Yeah.
I think of that.
Well, that's the football team, isn't it? The St. George Illawarra Dragons.
Sure. Yeah.
You're from Sydney. How do you not know this?
The Dragons? Isn't it the Sydney Swans?
Yeah. No, that's AFL. I mean the rugby.
What isn't it? The Magpies? The Sydney Magpies? Isn't that?
No, that's AFL as well. That's Collingwood. No, the rugby they have St. George Illawarra. It's one of the Sydney teams.
Do
you know this?
Isn't the Western Tigers? Isn't that like Sydney? Isn't that?
Yeah, that's a team as well.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, so if you're out, there's lots of teams.
Oh my god.
There's so many teams in Sydney. All right, so if you're out west, you got the West Tigers. That's I can't remember what the actual region for that is. You got St. George, which is Illawarra. You got Parramatta Eels.
True. Oh, true.
You got Penrith Panthers.
Yeah.
You got Sydney Roosters.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my team. You got South Sydney Rabbitohs. I don't really know what a rabbitoh is. I think it's just a rabbit with an extra syllable. I feel like there's more.
Why?
Oh, there's more. There's Canterbury Bulldogs.
Oh my.
Canterbury?
What? Canterbury what?
Bulldogs.
Oh. I didn't know that that was their region. Oh my god. They're animals, mate. What the hell? There's like 10 teams in the one state. That's crazy.
You know, I used to live in Canterbury.
Oh, you were a bulldog.
Yeah, I was a Sydney boy. And then we moved to Penrith. That was Smoge puppy. Penrith is a Smoge place.
You became a panther. Oh.
Yeah. They actually won the league that year.
The World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, the World Cup of Sydney football teams.
They won the GSL, mate. They went all the way to Katowice. Oh.
Yeah, Mario was a Panther that year.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Yeah. Next time they're at Katowice, I'll tune in. I'll tune into some rabbits.
All right, yeah. You watch some Rabbitohs. Well, we've got some ZVP in front of us. Nothing crazy's happened yet. I mean, getting the natural is a little bit crazy. But apart from that, we've just got the Stargate, got the Oracle coming out, and just 3 hatch for the Zerg. So everything looking extremely standard so far. We didn't miss anything while we were talking about football teams.
Yeah, we only gained ?
Yes.
I don't know if that's
You're now smarter, I guess. I don't know.
I'm now fully
You know more things. They're not useful, but you know more things.
I know all about the rugby team structure in New South Wales. When people ask me, you know the Parramatta Eels, I'm like, yeah. They won the GSL.
You'd be like, yeah, the Eels. They're Eels, puppy.
They're slimy.
Wait, there's a team called the Dolphins now. That's new.
What? No. Like.
Oh, and there's a team for Manly as well.
What? There's no Dolphins. Like I know all about like the Bulldogs and like the Titans with a new team. Like basically.
The Manly, the Sea Eagles.
What? I've never heard of
the Sea Eagles.
I've never.
They've been around forever.
What? No, they have not. In the NRL?
They have.
In the NRL?
Yeah.
The Sea Eagles.
Yeah, the Manly Sea Eagles.
Man, you're clowning.
Yeah, Sea Eagles.
Why are you trying to pull over?
I need to work out who the hell the Dolphins are, though. What is this?
I've never heard of the. I remember when the Titans first formed.
Redcliffe in Queensland.
No one lives in Redcliffe, okay?
Never heard of Redcliffe.
Oh my god! Like I know the Bulldogs and the Roosters and like the Knights and the Cowboys and all that stuff.
Oh, the Knights, yeah, that's another one. Newcastle,
yeah. But the Sea Eagles, no.
Yeah.
I've never heard.
You don't go to Manly. You're too scared.
It's true. So I don't want to catch the ferry. Man, it's crazy. You don't know where it's gonna take you.
It is crazy. For the tourists, and they're crazy.
Oh my god. As we do see the triple Oracle opener, oh my god, MindelVK, he dives in anyway, and he's kind of going to pay off. There was no sport in the main base. 9 drones go down at the cost of an Oracle, though.
Yeah, we lose 1 Oracle for 9 drones and a Queen. Fantastic trade there for MindelVK. Meanwhile, back at home, he really does not have much on the ground. I mean, he's still on 2 gates here. And Trifax, if he does have something very aggressive coming, that could do a lot of damage. But it looks like Trifax similarly just droning up now.
Yeah, you know, it's just the time to drone. He does have a decent amount of links on the ground, and he can maybe catch these stalkers out, especially if MindelVK overextends. But we're bleeding out a couple too many links. Trifax does have to respect this, as MindelVK is coming back in with those oracles.
Yeah, dipping back in once again. Behind this, we see 5 gates coming out, Twilight Archives as well as the Robo. So looks like he is getting poised for an attack here.
Yeah, he is getting ready, taking up as well. +1 and Blink should line up quite nicely with each other. But I don't believe we have a Prism. So MindelVK has to be a little bit careful. He's moving out now with his army to try and apply pressure to this 4th base. But there's no easy way to reinforce.
Yeah, and I mean, Trifax is already going +1 melee, which is fantastic here against Stalkers. There's really not that much here for MindelVK, and Trifax has link spotters out. He can see both forwards. Full surround on all of the Stalkers here.
Yeah, exactly. If we had those Oracles alive from earlier, then I can see this working, but without them, the entire ground army is going to go down.
And Blink finishes now.
No, we didn't need a puppy. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So a bit of an anti-timing there from MindelVK. Honestly, things were looking quite well for him. Like, he was harassing quite well. He was giving himself a lot of breathing room and a lot of time to saturate this 3rd base, but losing half his army means that he can't really have too much map presence right now. He's, yeah, gonna have a hard time pushing out.
Yeah, a bit of a supply block now, and oh, light. I remembered West Tigers. Balmain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Balmain Tigers?
I got you. Yeah, I think so.
Shaking my head. I need to have a
Don't worry
talk
about it.
to the NRL representatives about this, okay? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Can we cast? Can we cast the B stream?
What? Can we be a community? Yo, do they do that?
Community cast. As we do see a massive surround here for Trifax. That Blink is not going to get these Stalkers out of there, so they have to be recalled. Ooh. Nearly every single Stalker going to be going down, though, so Trifax now has a terrifying counterattack. Storm is going to be finishing up in time for MindelVK, but there is not much on the ground to protect this 4th.
There really is not. We do have a couple of High Templar, though. We do have Storm completed, by the way. Bear that in mind. But MindelVK is a little bit out of position. We do see Trifax looking to lay siege upon this would-be 4th base.
Yeah, we have a lot of Banelings being morphed in here as well, so that base is going to be finishing up. Hasn't really been probed yet. I'm not really sure where all the probes are, but... Oh! Oh, clutch morph there saves them, turning those into an Archon. Still going to be a little bit of damage going down with Trifax at the same time attacking this fourth. This fourth is in so much trouble.
It is, and it is going to be going down as well. Aye. And now that the High Templar are gone, sure, they survived. They morphed into an Archon, but now there are no storms.
Yeah, looks like we're still a little ways off the storms here, so MindelVK. Seeing that he's not going to be able to get enough time for those storms, morphs quickly into an Archon. Shield Battery Overcharge will be committed, but the Stalkers were extremely bunched up for the Banelings.
Oh, they really were. GG gets called, and Trifax will take the first game. Oh.
GG. Like a tiger.
Oh, like a Balmain tiger, mate.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
There are so many people listening right now that are more clueless than I am about what we're talking about.
Wait, there were magpies. You're not even wrong.
Yeah, I told you. I remember the magpies.
Yes. So, how old are you? What the hell?
I remember.
They haven't been the magpies since I was 3.
Yeah, that's when I last watched the NRL, mate.
They were formed at 1999 as a joint venture club between the Balmain Tigers and the Western Suburb Magpies.
Yeah. It was before, because I'm pretty sure they got like absorbed by the tiger ate the magpie, and then the magpies were no more, and they were just tigers. Yeah.
It just became a very, very slightly bigger tiger.
A tiger that wasn't hungry anymore. You know, he's well fed. He ate pancakes.
A fat tiger.
Yeah, I remember this. Oh my god. Shaking my head.
How old were you? Was this when the other kids were getting like the bedside stories before they go to bed? You were getting. And then the tigers and the magpies were together, and they were very, very happy.
Oh my god! As I was going to bed, I was being whispered the results. You know. Oh, magpie
5-0.
Tigers got 5. They got clapped.
You can sleep well. The magpies won. Sleep well, child.
Oh, beautiful, puppy, beautiful. All right. Well, with that, great start here for let me just quickly for CSO Esports, especially because again they're kind of the more of an underdog team. You know, PSISTORM Gaming, very well established, a lot of pro players. Oh, but yeah, Trifax with a good start so far. Good start.
Yeah, Trifax looking extremely solid there. Despite all the damage MindelVK was able to get, Trifax just droning through the pain, and that constant link scouting gave him the information he needed to be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Again, you could argue that a lot of that did also come down to the Protoss player kind of relinquishing a lot of map control early on as well, but we are now going to be getting into game number 2.
That's right, and here in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have our Polish Zerg in the red for CSO Esports. This is Trifax.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of of Gresvan, we have the orange Protoss player representing PSISTORM Gaming. It is MindelVK.
Like, what about the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks?
Oh, the Cronulla Sharks? Yeah.
They weren't called the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks when I used to watch it. That's a new one. I don't even know what a Sutherland is.
Oh, it's like, you know, from the south.
Oh, Southerland?
Yeah, they're Latin American. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that you? Like a Latin American Sydney folk?
Yeah. That's me. That's Cronulla. So you said, right?
I said, give us your wallet. Give us your wallet, puppy. Hand over them shoes, puppy.
Oh my god. Look, it's intimidating, okay? You don't make it sound intimidating, but it is.
You had to be there.
Yeah. It had to be there. Oh my god. But getting into this, I did also want to praise Trifax because for me, he's a player that I'm keeping my eye on. For the past like maybe 6 months, he's been actually doing really well for himself. Myself and Kuro, we've been casting some of the Polish tournaments that they've been running over in the land of Poland. And Trifax has been doing surprisingly well. Like, he's been taking games off of a laser. Like, he's been looking quite good against players like Geralt as well. He's not like consistent enough to be a favorite or take series, but like he has been on the rise. He's been performing better than he has been in years past.
Yeah, impressive. I thought you were just going to praise him because he got his natural and his natural.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Fair enough. Pretty impressive.
I mean, a laser can't do that, mate. It's crazy, True. Poppy. Oh, my God.
Even when he can, he doesn't. He likes the third now. He got used to it.
He likes it, Poppy. He likes it. Oh.
As once again, we see MindelVK continuing to go for Stargate, so be interesting to see if he mixes it up or just goes for the same sort of thing as he went for in that last game. Definitely room to improve from that last game, so I wouldn't mind seeing him go for the same build again. I think wasn't anything necessarily wrong with it though.
Yeah, I think we would all agree that the opener from MindelVK was definitely better. Oh my god, ooh, almost gets a second drone, only gets one for his troubles before he gets the hell out of there. But yeah, MindelVK's Oracle control and the damage he dealt overall was definitely good, and Trifax was definitely suffering as a result of it.
Yeah, for sure. You got a lot of damage done, and maybe there's a potential to go for the same kind of move and then maybe follow it up a bit more quickly. Go for something maybe a bit more all in off the 3 bases or something like that. There's definitely options here.
Definitely, as long as you don't push out without blink. that's
yes. Oh yeah, that's an easy one to fix actually.
Yeah. That would be a game changer, mate, as MindelVK is going for his third Nexus as we speak. First Oracle is moving out across the map. The second one should be coming out as well soon to help protect and defend this third, as Trifax is looking to get a little bit of damage, and he gets one probe.
Yeah, he does send those things out to, you know, be mean and harass and be awful, as Zerg players do tend to do.
Dude, why are you trying to relate to the pro? You don't take a third as a Protoss. What are you talking about?
No one needs to know that.
Oh, God. As MindelVK doesn't get a third Oracle.
Ooh. Oh. But he does it again. He gets a good amount of damage with that Oracle, and now he's dragged the Queens out of position. He can duck back into this natural. I mean, he's not going to do that. It looks like he's going to pair up these Oracles instead, but that was some good damage, though.
Oh, definitely 3 drones do go down here for only shields overall, so nicely done here by MindelVK. At the same time, Lings do come across the map, and because there's no third Oracle, the Adept is going to go down a pylon as well. Things aren't going to snowball from here, but at least Trifax is able to deal some counter damage.
Yeah, good little bit of counter damage behind this as well. MindelVK went for a Phoenix. Very interesting. So instead of that third Oracle, went for a Phoenix. Still going to make that third Oracle, so he will be safe to anything crazy like, what did we see recently? Was that Dark that punished someone for going Phoenix first?
Yes. Yeah. He just went for like a Roach Queen bush.
Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix first looked extremely illegal, but MindelVK, he's got his bases covered.
Yeah, he does have his bases covered overall. His Phoenix is just going to be picking up a couple of overlords here and there. One has already gone down. Maybe he can find a second, as the 3 Oracles are going to be meeting up. And for the most part, MindelVK is safe at home. Trifax is just attempting to drone up and recover from his losses. Yeah,
looks like as well this map is a bit more friendly with that wall. He's able to fully wall off there at the front with those 3 gateways. Going to chuck a cannon up behind that as well, so it's a really nice solid defense there. Meanwhile, dipping in with these Oracles, taking a bit of damage here.
Oh yeah, he's got to be careful not to be sandwiched between all of these Queens. Doesn't lose any though. At least he's able to keep all of them alive. Has a relatively healthy amount of energy here as he backs off.
Yeah, I mean, even that hull damage can matter a little bit. We saw a lot in that last game just how much those Oracles make a difference with our Lings and Stalkers. If the Lings do surround the Stalkers like they were, you really do want Oracles with a good amount of energy and a good amount of health as well.
Definitely, and it does seem as if MindelVK is going for that same composition. We got +1 on the way, alongside Blink, alongside a Templar Archives as well to get into that Storm. Meanwhile, no Spore in the main base of Trifax. Once again, he gets punished.
Yeah, gets punished in the exact same fashion as that last game, but this time even worse. MindelVK taking out 11 drones. He'd already taken out a few of these oracles, so fantastic damage here. Once again, it's going to be up to him to see if he can get some good follow-up damage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I understand trying to cut corners, and to be fair, there were 3 to 4 queens in the main base, but despite that, MindelVK finds some damage. Still no Spore, by the way, and these oracles are still here in the top left-hand corner of the map. If Trifax isn't careful, they can come in and deal that damage again.
Yeah, he's going to send out an Overlord just to keep an eye on those, but here we go. The Stalkers are going to be moving out here for MindelVK. Behind this, got Storm coming up quite quickly, as well as that +1 and Blink. Blink is finished now before he goes on to Creep, so learned his lesson there.
Yeah, this time he knows, Bobby. He has his Blink, he has +1 as well. He's going to be able to clear up some of this creep, and he has to be careful not to be caught out. He's going to be able to blink away for the time being, but the Lings are going to be able to catch up, and he forces a recall.
Yeah, nice quick recall. Only going to be losing one of those Stalkers, so not too bad at all. Did, of course, have those Oracles away from the army, so can't commit too hard. Meanwhile, behind this, still just remaining on 3 bases. Has Storm coming up, has a Robo coming up, as well as a good amount of gateways, so I'm kind of interested to see what he wants to do with this, because he is delaying his 4th a reasonable amount.
He really is, and there's not really much reason for it. Trifax is only just now moving out to try and punish some of these bases. Meanwhile, the Oracles, they dip back in. Once again, they catch some transferring drones. 4 drones go down. Oh. Oh. No. No! Papi! Don't leave me! Oh. Are you back?
I'm back.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Where did you go?
I went on a journey, Poppy. I saw amazing things.
As
saw
you
dolphins and sharks and tigers.
In Cronulla, Papi. As you left, so did all these workers. The Oracles, they came back in, and 15 more drones, basically an entire mineral line.
Yeah, brutal. At the same time, Trifax somehow still has 88 drones. I mean, it feels like MindelVK just hasn't been able to hit the timings that he needs to take advantage of those windows where Trifax has to re-drone, and he is straight back up to that count that he wants. Hive is almost finished. We got that second Evo chamber on the way as well.
Oh, the High Templar, they all get caught out. Not like this. The League's gonna full surround every High Templar goes down.
Yeah, and those Lings, they're all going to be able to get out of there on red health as well. These Stalkers not really going to be the most efficient at taking advantage of that, so that was just a really great trade there for Trifax, and feels like he's gotten himself slightly ahead once again, despite all the damage.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, bit of a bailing run by here at the 3rd base. Only gets 6 probes. A lot of them do get weakened up, though, as MindelVK just kind of falls flat with his push. As you were saying, his 4th was very late. Because of that, he is, or it feels like he is perpetually behind. It feels like he has to relinquish map control once again.
Yeah, I mean, he's got these High Templars here with that Storm 6. Definitely a very good amount here, but he's got to use them as well, and there's no shield batteries here at the 4th.
He needs more time. He doesn't have enough energy for Storm. He has to wait a little bit longer here. Thankfully, we don't have enough Lings.
Yeah, I mean, having that fourth so late does pay off a little bit here, because MindelVK has a very high Stalker count. He's going to be able to chase down these roaches, get some good trades with those as well, and does have a little bit of momentum headed in his favor. But behind this, Trifax, he's going up into a greater spire already. Is it the fabled light VIP Broodlord switch?
Oh, let's go, Bobby. Let's go. The Greater Spire is about to finish up. We've already got that Hive. We're working on Adrenal Glands, and we can transition into Broodlords. And there is no answer to Broodlords right now. Blink Stalkers can do relatively well, but Trifax's economy is insane.
I agree, Light. There is no answer for Broodlords.
You're an animal. Oh my god.
A few of those Stalkers getting damaged, but a bit of a wasteful run by with those Banelings there. Looks like Trifax, he is going to clean up this Zealot run by on the side here, but that does let MindelVK know where the army is, and that means he can commit to this attack.
Yeah, exactly. Trifax out of position. At the same time, we have a Prism going into the main base of Trifax. The Zealots are getting out of control. At the same time, the fresh 5th base is going to go down.
Yeah, 5th is going to go down. It looks like MindelVK, that is not enough. He's going to go out for more. These Immortals and High Templar are a little bit exposed, but we have another Zealot warp in here at the 3rd. This is fantastic pressure, and Trifax is getting pulled apart. He has way too much of his army in the main there.
Oh, the Broodlords! We do see a blink on forward. 3 Broodlords go down immediately. Trifax just can't keep up. In the blink of an eye, he has lost 3 hatcheries, his 4th, his 3rd, and his main.
Yeah, brilliant attack coming out there from MindelVK, and with those Broodlords coming out, he doesn't have to overcommit. He can just make his way out of here, taking out little bits of creep as he goes, looking for any extra bases, which, of course, there aren't any. That's really nice for him as well. And it looks like, yeah, all the harass, it's going to be cleaned up, but oh no, the Broodlords exposed once again.
Yeah, exactly. They cannot protect themselves. 3 more Broodlords go down, and even though we rushed into Hive, we rushed into the Greater Spire, we rushed into this tech, and we thought we got away with it. Trifax thought he got away with it, and he did for the most part, but he's lost his entire advantage. He lost his economy and his Broodlords.
Yeah, and with all those Broodlords going down, only 2 left, I think MindelVK could even continue to push here. I mean, unfortunately for him, he did lose that Prism there in the main, but he still has these Oracles, he still has some Zealot run-bys being sent out as well, and here we go, he is in fact going to be pushing in.
Yeah, exactly. And what is it to defend? We have 2 Broodlords, some Roaches, and some Lings, and we still have plenty of Storms available. A Zoning Storm is going to keep Trifax away. He's going to lose another middle line. At the same time, a Zealot run-by hits and distracts him here at his triangular 3rd.
Yeah, Trifax cleans that Zealot run-by up very efficiently, but behind this MindelVK, he is mining on 4 bases. He denies that 4th once again. Really nice bank for him as well, so he'll be able to replenish this army very quickly, and Trifax, he has nothing left in the bank. What you see is what you get, and what you see is pretty much just these 7 Broodlords.
Yeah, looking at the units tab here, we've got 7 Broodlords. We just morphed in an 8th. We have a little bit of Road Ravager on the ground, but as I say that, the Road Ravager is being caught out. MindelVK, he recalled back home, and he's catching this army.
Yeah, it's getting pincered between these 2 armies here. A bit of indecision from Trifax. Knows that these Roaches are in a lot of trouble. Just wants to trade out as best as he can, but that was an extremely one-sided trade there for MindelVK. He can even just dive under these Broodlords. Actually, does feel like this could be a bit of an overextension. He does have to be careful. There's a lot of transfuse left on these Queens.
There really is, but the Stalkers, they don't give a damn. They blink under the Broodlords once again. The Transfuses are good, but the Stalkers are better, and now there are only 2 Broodlords remaining.
Yeah, 2 Broodlords left. MindelVK just going to take out this base and probably retreat, get some more Stalkers before he goes again, but yeah, Trifax knows he can't come back from this one. MindelVK ties things up 1-1.
Oh, GG, well played. MindelVK fights back. We were criticizing him a little bit for having such a late 4th base, but what he lacked in a 4th, he made up for in that army, and it looked like just when MindelVK, when he made everything happen, when he pushed in with his Warp Prism in the main base and his main army towards that fresh 5th, that was like the window. Like it felt like if he waited a couple seconds longer, then there would have been no way to really keep up with Trifax with all of his advantages.
Yeah, I mean, Trifax had a brutal economy, but sometimes when you have such a big economy, such a high drone count, it can just take one little mistake and you can never really catch up with that giant Protoss army there. And I mean, MindelVK, he was putting everything into that army, like you were saying, delaying that 4th by so much just to get a nice big army and maybe catch out a bit of a bad fight and get that counterattack.
Yeah, it was so... Part of me wants to say lucky, but also kind of well-timed as well. Like, the pressure was on MindelVK to make something happen. And as he was pushing, when he went for that big move, was when the Broodlords were being morphed in. So there was like a bunch of dead supply as well, and Trifax was out of position. His Lings and Roaches, they didn't know where to go. They didn't know where to defend. So, like, things got really chaotic there for a moment. And MindelVK didn't just take full advantage of that. He just looked dominant in that moment. Again, to reiterate, he killed 3 hatcheries and he killed like 5 Broodlords. Like, it was crazy what he was able to do, like, in that window. Ugh.
He killed everything, puppy.
He did.
He's a monster.
Oh my god. GG, well played. With that, we are now tied up 1-1. And as a reminder, this is the WTL format, so these are best of 2s. I would love to see a game 3 between these two, but 2 games is all we get.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll have to leave it up to your imagination how that one ends. You can play it out in your head, I guess. But that does mean that CSTORM and CSO, they are tied up 1-1. It's going to be down to the other players to find a difference here.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, it's time to fantasize about that ZVP. You know, just whatever you want to happen in it, it happens. It happens. Oh.
The oracles come in.
They kill
There's 7
drones.
of them. They focus down all the queens. They kill all the drones. They take out the lair.
Oh.
And then
And
he transitions into 3 Stargate carrier. And he A moves him, puppy.
You're an animal. I don't want to be a part of your fantasies anymore.
Too bad, you already are.
Oh god. Let's get into the next
You're
game.
there too. And you're dying to BCs.
I'm dying to BCs in a ZVP. Smirch.
Exactly. But yeah, next up we are going to be having a TVT. Your new favorite matchup, TVT on Grassfam. Let's go.
Just for you, Papi. Just for you, we do have a TVT before us.
That's right. And down here in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Terran playing for PSISTORM. This is Nicoract.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Grassfam, we have his opponents. Ooh, the red Terran player representing CSO Esports. It is MilkiCow.
Lowercase letters. I like it.
Oh, beautiful. This is where I reach out to help. I don't know if Kuro is watching. I think I pressed something. I think we went into this replay and I have some weird stats showing and I don't know why and I don't know how to get rid of them.
Save him.
I don't know what I've never seen this before. This isn't even the battle report. I can bring up the battle report now. This is not that. This is something else. Help. I don't know if you can see it on the stream.
While you're trying to work out what's going on there, we do have MilkiCow going for a pretty interesting opening. Going to be going for an in-base 2 racks. Now, MilkiCow, he is a very creative, very aggressive player when it comes to the openings. Does usually play into a bit more of a macro game out of those, but likes to go for his proxy raxes, his 2 raxes, just kind of unusual aggressive openings here. And he is going to be going for this proxy 2 racks. It's something that Maru was doing quite a lot. I know Bunny was doing it quite a bit as well. It's a very good blind counter to a proxy 2 racks. And it's just a pretty playable build anyway, despite being mostly to blind counter 2 racks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, MilkiCow is known to be aggressive. He's known to be one of the more wild Terran players in the European region. So that's also why I appreciate him, and I try to cast him as often as I can. He's becoming one of my more favorite European Terran players, behind Ziggy. I love Ziggy.
Plays like me, Poppy. I love these builds.
He's an animal, Pop. He's an animal. Nicoract did go for an SCV scout, but he didn't go all the way into the main base. He is unawares about the second racks.
Yeah, he didn't quite catch it, but he did see, he is going to suspect that there's something proxy, just because he saw the lack of a second gas, and he didn't see a CC going down, so it wasn't a fast expand, at least not at the normal timing. So he's going to know that there's a piece of the puzzle missing, and once his 2 Reapers show up, he'll be able to put it all together.
Oh boy, yeah, the Reapers, they do show up here for the time being. They haven't revealed themselves yet, but Nicoract, you know, he's just working on some safety Hellions, some more Reapers as well, kind of what we would expect for the time being. And MilkiCow hasn't really been able to take... Oh my god, he's going for a third CC! And he's lifting his racks.
Okay. I've never seen this before, but it's interesting, for sure. I mean, he confirms the CC's there with those 2 Reapers, so he knows he's not getting rushed by anything particularly crazy too hard. Thread's down a bunker here. This is very strange.
Yeah. See, this is the best part about casting MilkiCow, is that even if I have a Terran with me, like, they don't know what's going on either. Like, wait, this guy is crazy, but what's gonna do?
I don't think this is allowed.
I don't think so either, as we see Nicoract knocking on the front door with his Hellions, but the control and target firing is a little bit too good, and Nicoract gets pushed back.
Yeah, tidy micro coming out there from MilkiCow, so he's going to be losing, I believe it was 3 Reapers for 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Not the worst trade there. I'm a little bit worried for him about this follow-up. We don't have anything in this bunker at the front. Nicoract is going to be coming in with 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions, so it looks like he was going for a 5 Reaper, 3 Hellion build. Means that his tech's going to be a bit delayed as well.
Yeah, little does he know that if he waited a little bit longer, he probably would have been able to break MilkiCow here. Like he just doesn't really have that much to work with. But it looks like he may barely have enough. We do see Nicoract trying to dive on in anyway, but the Marines come out just in time, and MilkiCow, he's going to be able to push this back. Oh.
Yeah, MilkiCow going for a cheeky little gamble here. This is a trick that Time, I don't know if he came up with it or he just uses it a lot, but Time did this years ago when he was playing Rax Expand. He would put the SCV in the bunker so the skin would light up.
I was so perplexed for a moment because I saw the army come in and I saw the bunker wasn't shooting. I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah. It's kind of it's a bit of an old trick so that you could keep your units up on the Reaper jump.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
I don't understand why it works. I don't think it should work.
Oh my god. But Nicoract rocks up with his first Cyclone, does get a nice lock-on, but the counter lock-on is quite powerful as well. And oh no! Loses the Cyclone.
We're going to be losing a Cyclone there for free pretty much. Definitely not good. And he gets a scan, gets that bad news that the orbital is finished. This is not a good situation here for Nicoract. You see behind this, he is throwing down 2 extra Raxes. So this is something I've seen him do quite a lot. He's a very, very aggressive Terran in terms of always going for these 2 base timings, which is pretty unusual in the matchup. But he has very good TVT, so he must find success with it.
Definitely, but is this even a TVT? This is a TV MilkiCow, as MilkiCow's going to take a bit of a rough fight, actually. The lock-on on the Raven didn't pay off. That 1 tank for Nicoract does push back the army of MilkiCow, and he lost a lot of Marines there.
Yeah, not a great trade there. We keep the Ravens alive as well for Nicoract, which is really important. Behind this, he is getting those extra reactors, getting that stim on the way. So it's interesting here that he's the one that is going for this 2 base all-in, which is, a big Marine timing, but MilkiCow's actually the one with more Marines and faster stim.
Yeah, it's just crazy what he's been able to get away with. Maybe that's something that you have to do against Nicoract. You were saying it yourself, like Nicoract, he's known for his timings, he's known for his aggression, he's known for his TVT, and MilkiCow has a bit of a reputation about him, but I love it. It's very Haas-esque, where there are times where there are certain games where he's just giga greedy, and he gets away with it, and it feels like MilkiCow has been able to do the same.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like Nicoract here going to be taking the role of the defender as well. Has some tanks set up in the main, has his Vikings sitting there as well. And this drop by MilkiCow is actually crazy.
Oh my god.
So nutty.
He just dives on through anyway. He doesn't care. He goes past those Vikings and he's going to be able to get the tank in the main.
He doesn't care at all. He's crazy, puppy. He's actually crazy. His drop is nuts.
He's lost his mind. He's getting a lot of SCVs, but we have the disables, and MilkiCow is going to lose both of his tanks. Is this going to be worth it? 9 SCVs for 2 tanks and 2 medevacs.
Yeah, not a bad trade in the end. I mean, losing the 2 tanks definitely hurts, but that was pretty difficult for Nicoract to clean up just because his stim is not finished yet. It is finishing now, but MilkiCow is already battering down his front door with a small handful of Marines. This is the most insane TVT play I've ever seen. I don't understand what I'm looking at.
If only this was a couple of seconds sooner. Like, he trickled in with like 3 Marines and there was nothing at the natural, and then he pulled back for the reinforcements. It was a little bit mistimed. Meanwhile, a good fight here for MilkiCow. He's going to get a couple of tank shots here on these Marines.
What am I watching? What is going on?
This is peak European TVT, Papi. You don't understand. The Ravens! Oh!
Whoa, both Ravens go down. We didn't get a disable at all. That's a really good unsiege there by MilkiCow, just anticipating the Matrix there, but the Matrix didn't even come out, and now he's going to be able to take this high ground. He's going to be able to stop Nicoract from getting that siege position. Even jumps on these tanks. So aggressive, and it's going to pay off. Fantastic move.
Oh, he gets one tank, but he doesn't get the second tank. He's going to take a lot of losses with his Marines, but he has the high ground. He pulls the boys. Let's go, Buffy. Let's go.
No. Surely not.
It's fine. He's doing it.
Oh,
He's
he's going to be
doing
seeing
it,
8 of those
Buffy.
SCVs going down. The cleanup is coming in, but so many of these SCVs going to be going down. 13 get taken out.
He's still ahead.
And we have to counterattack. MilkiCow's going to counterattack. It's just Abe Central. Just go.
His opponent's on 2 bases. He's down 10 workers. And MilkiCow's, let's go. He's getting a 4th. He's landing his 4th CC, Puppy.
Oh my god. This is so wild. I love the way that he's playing this out as we do have this siege tank. It's going to be sieging on up there. The SCV pool is going to come through from Nicoract, but he really can't afford to be losing these on 2 bases. GG is called, and that is one of the most wild TVTs I've ever seen.
GG, well played. MilkiCow, the madman himself, does take the first game here in this best of 2, and oh my god, he got away with so much, and because of his greed early on, he could facilitate some of these wild moves where he was maybe a little bit wasteful at times with his army, but he could get away with it, and he was able to find some like key moments as well, like some key value.
Hey, lock him up. He's breaking every law. He's going away for a long time.
Oh my god, MilkiCow. The 4 base Terran.
I need a breather. That's something else.
Oh my god. See, Asher, why can't you just play like MilkiCow? You know, like TVT makes you smudge sometimes, but you know you can just be an animal and make them smudge. You know, it's fine, Buffy. Oh.
That's. I'm speechless. I have no words. Let's go to game 2.
Oh, you want more, Poppy? You want more?
Yeah. I'm slightly disturbed, but I can't look away.
It's like you're eating an ice cream and Vegemite sandwich with your eyes, Poppy. Oh.
Yeah, give it to me.
Oh, we're gonna be setting up here for our next game, and oh my god, yeah, game 1 was absolutely wild. MilkiCow was insane with a lot of his decision making and what he was able to get away with, but can he repeat that in game number 2? Yeah,
Getting flashbacks to latter games right now.
Oh no.
As yeah, game number 2 are going to be on Cistern, so a map, once again, a pretty big map. Not quite as insane as Gressfan is. I mean, Gressfan, we've had such crazy TVTs on it just because it's so open throughout the entire map. So there's just, you can take fights basically everywhere. But yeah, here we go. Ancient Cistern, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map for PSISTORM. Down 1-0 in this series. It's our Terran in the blue, Nicoract.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent. Let's go! Representing CSO Esports, it is MilkiCow.
Oh, it's the best kind of TVT. Proxy Racks Mirror.
Oh, let's go. Both players are sending out 2 SCVs across the map. Nicoract is going to get here a little bit faster. He is going to be able to start his own racks a couple seconds faster as well. Much closer to add to that. Oh.
Yeah, both players going for a 15 racks as well, which is pretty unusual. I know it's a little bit more popular in Europe to go for this more macro style of 2 racks, where you are delaying it a little bit from the usual 14 racks to have a slightly better economy. And usually this means that you also fare a little bit better when it comes to 2 racks mirrors, but because they've both gone for the 2 racks mirror, I think this should favor Nicoract because his racks are closer.
It definitely should. I actually casted this yesterday, 2 days ago now, in the ESL Book of Americas. Smile was in a very similar situation in his first round against his Terran opponent. And as you've said in the past, it kind of leads to like a weird base trade where no one has anything at home, so they both lift up their CCs, they float across the map.
Bases, yeah.
And I imagine that's what's going to happen here. We'll see if anyone tries to come back home, but I can't imagine they will, right?
No. You definitely can't
Yeah.
come back home. I think it's basically going to come down to whether Nicoract's Raxes are closer enough that he gets out enough for an extra Reaper.
Okay, fair enough, fair
I mean,
enough.
he sent his SUVs home as well.
Yeah, and Nicoract is banking his Reapers, and that means MilkiCow is going to be the first to hit, actually. The Reaper does rock up, is going to be focusing down the Mule of all things that he doesn't know, but he doesn't know that there are also Reapers about to go into his own main. Well, now he knows.
Yeah, there we go. So both players going to be pulling a few SEVs there. Interesting, MilkiCow actually pulling gas SEVs. I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake there, but he is really just prioritizing getting a good mix and keeping these Reapers zoned away.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of SCVs are going to be going down all over the place. As you were saying, because there's a little bit less gas from MilkiCow, that means he's going to be able to make less Reapers in total. Meanwhile, Nicoract is also going to be losing his own gas mining Reapers, and I guess looking at the units tab, so far we are equal, but Nicoract is making more units.
Yeah, so he's going to be getting those extra Reapers behind this. Okay.
Factory? Oh my god!
I did not see the factory. This is absolutely wild. I'm not sure if the factory went down before he knew it was a 2x mirror. I have to imagine it would have. But this is very interesting, and I think he wins this now because he's got a Cyclone.
Yeah, the Cyclone changes everything, Papi, and hopefully it's able to regroup with the rest of the units. We do see MilkiCow lifting up his orbital. He's going to be floating across the map. Meanwhile, Nicoract is coming back home to try and maybe trade with his army, maybe to try and save his own orbital as well. Oh, boy.
MilkiCow had enough of this Cyclone by the exact trip.
Yeah. All planned, Papi, all planned. Copious.
It's actually insane how precise this was. So he did pull off gas a little bit early, but he needed the extra minerals to make these extra Marines and Cyclone. This is so precise and so impressive, as we're going to be trading out a Reaper for each player. Going to be a bit of a micro battle here. Nicoract got those 7 Reapers, 2 more on the way as well, to the 3 Reapers, 1 Cyclone, 2 Marines of MilkiCow here. I think Nicoract should be able to just win this.
Yeah, Nicoract, he has the reinforcements right here on the front lines. Meanwhile, MilkiCow is across the map, and he's focusing down the Cyclone. Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Gets the Cyclone, and that's it. He should be able to take out the rest of the units. GG is called, and Nicoract takes back the life there.
GG, well played. Interesting choice for MilkiCow to land his orbital where he did instead of going across the map to kind of the safety of his own production. Maybe that would have changed things. Like, the Cyclone really kind of threw a wrench in the works, and yeah, it would have been difficult to predict, but well done in the end by Nicoract. You know, maybe a little bit more decisive with his proxy.
Yeah, I think so, and also didn't have the extra money they spent on the factory. I mean, 2x Reaper, one of the reasons it's such a good build is because it kind of just beats every other proxy build. It's just so efficient. And yeah, you can kind of see that there.
Yeah. But what I will say is that, you know, I saw something new today. You know, I haven't seen proxy Reapers end up like that, where we have even a proxy factory for a Cyclone. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen a Cyclone in a proxy Reaper mirror. That's definitely a first.
And because of that, like, there's a world where maybe MilkiCow could have taken that game as well. You know, if we change a couple of things here and there when it comes to some of the decision making, maybe some of the control. So, yeah, I imagine that's definitely worked for him in the past.
Yeah, that was a game that happened. What a crazy TVT series.
Look, he's just built different, mate. MilkiCow, he just perceives the world and the universe through a different lens. You know, he's taken the pill, mate. He he sees the Matrix for what it is, and he's lost his mind. Oh.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I think as that'll be the end of the TVT, and nothing splits these teams at this point. We are 2-2. So the last matchup here is going to be Namshar versus YoungYakov. Bit of a ZVZ, and it's cool to see Namshar playing again. I think he was taking a bit of a break, right?
Yeah, Namshar, he usually only pops up for like the EPT seasons, you know? It's like he's there for the period of DreamHack Summer and DreamHack Atlanta and Valencia, and that's kind of it. So he's always a bit of an enigma, you know, at Namshar. It's always like, is he going to continue to compete? Is he not? We recently had news that that Neeb was stepping away from the game and he was looking to potentially retire. So a lot of these players, there are a lot of like question marks surrounding them. But to see Namshar playing in the off season, like that's definitely a good sign.
I played his Protoss on ladder about a month ago.
Oh. Okay.
Pretty good. It's like 5-4 with Protoss.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. Yeah. Nice. As we are getting into that ZVZ here, getting into America versus Europe.
Yeah, that's right. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map for PSISTORM. This is our Zerg in the red, Namshar.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have his opponent representing CSO Esports. It is YoungYakov. Oh my god.
Lad, it's time to learn a thing or two.
The 12 pool is upon us, Papi. Let's go, YoungYakov. He's like, mate, you should have never left, all right? You abandoned the European cabal, mate. You're now over there in Canada like an animal. I'll show you how it's done. Oh.
Like an animal. You get 12 pooled like a dog.
Oh my god. Namshar, he's crazy. He goes for a hatch, a gas pool opener. You know, your standard ZVZ. What we should be seeing here, though, is when will Namshar scout those lings? Will YoungYakov try to hide the lings as well and try and skirt around these overlords, as he does have those lings on the way?
There's some maps where these overlords cross and some where they don't.
Yes. Yeah. And as we see here, the overlords have not crossed. We're only getting sight of the first overlord just now. Namshar is. The lings, they're going to be rushing across the map, and they will be revealed. They will be underneath that first overlord.
There we go. So now Namshar knows. He does have his spawning pool in a very forward location. Looks like that's set up to maybe help defend a 12 pool drone pool there. But it could end up being a little bit of a liability now.
Yeah, exactly. It is going to be that much more exposed here. It is only a 12 pool, not a 13-12, so there's no speed behind this. There's no bailiness behind this either. Namshar has to pull the boys, and he has to control well here. He cannot afford to lose too many of his drones.
Yeah, there you go. We just see one of those drones going to be going down. Another one getting very low. 2 drones going down. 3. He is taking a very, he's taking a lot of damage here. I mean, 3 drones going down this early. That's really rough. Good little drone walking there, but YoungYakov, he smells blood. He is going after these drones, and the lings are going to pop, but not before he gets a lot of this pressure on. I'm a little bit worried for YoungYakov, though. I feel like with this 12 pool, you don't want to be losing these lings without putting a bit more pressure on the hatch.
Yeah, you don't want to be throwing the lings away, but he does force a lot of lost mine time. He is going to be able to potentially get another drone. No, he is not. He invested quite a lot of lings here, and Namshar is going to be able to defend. He lost 3 drones, but that isn't the worst thing. He's still ahead in those workers.
Yeah, he is slightly ahead. He does have that extra queen as well. Actually, it looks like YoungYakov is going to be ahead a little bit on the queen count, so he does have that advantage going for him.
Yeah, he definitely does. YoungYakov, I would say, probably overcommitted when it comes to especially how many lings he made. He lost 8 lings across the map as well for not too much damage. He definitely did overextend. But as you were saying, because of the queens, we're able to equalize a little bit here. Oops.
Yeah, kind of loses another link pretty cheaply there. But despite that, he does have his 3 queens, so he is going to be able to start to stabilize. He does have his link speed on the way as well, so it looks like he took his gas pretty early.
Yeah, took his gas relatively early. There's a lot of Zerg players off of a 12 pool that just go for 2 bases, skip their link speed, and go straight for a Roach Horn and a 2-base kind of follow-up. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case here for YoungYakov. He's going to be transitioning in a bit of a different manner, but he does have a lot of lings on the way, though.
Lad, I'm gonna get the door.
Okay.
Talk to the people.
Okay, get the door, puppy. Get the pancakes. As Asher gets his pancakes, we can see that YoungYakov is banking all of these links. He's going for a massive link flood here, and Namshar is none the wiser. He's joining up at home. He's getting his third base up and running. He's going for a wall, which is pretty important. Will he be able to plug this up? The thing is that once these links reveal themselves, the third is going to be fourth. And here we go. YoungYakov pulls the trigger. Yeah, Namshar immediately cancels that third base. He knows he cannot hold on to it. The queens come in as well. This isn't a full wall, which is a little bit concerning. And YoungYakov, he's going to rock up and try to bust this down. Namshar is trying to set up a secondary wall behind.
A lot of...
The wall's on a wall!
Oh, the queen has found itself in a nice little nook there. The Lings of Namshar are going to get back in time to defend, but they are severely outnumbered. And YoungYakov is getting on top of the drones here. Doesn't want to get surrounded, so he's going to continue to move around. Does want to get some damage here with getting on inside, but he's finding it hard to do so. This is some really good drone micro coming out from Namshar. He's actually doing a really good job of minimizing the damage, but you know, you can't stop the flood here. The drones are starting to go down.
Yeah, exactly. The drone drilling was good, but there's only so much you can do with that drone drilling. 11 workers going to be going down. The third base was cancelled as well. Behind this, YoungYakov is getting his own third. He's about to finish up his lair, and he's transitioning into roaches.
Yeah, both players here with that +1 range. Namshar with a bit of his own flood of links, so might be able to get a cancel on the third here.
Oh, the slow Ling Marsh. Let's go. We are going to be rushing across the map here for Namshar, and he may be able to force a cancel despite the fact that these are slow Lings. YoungYakov doesn't have too much of an army to speak of. The roaches are just coming out now, and we are getting a full surround on this third.
Okay. Why are they slow Lings? I saw him researching speed before.
He canceled, Papi. He was greedy.
Why?
He's
an animal.
He is an animal. What I was saying that YoungYakov should have been doing is what Namshar did, where he was trying to go straight into roaches. He's crazy.
Oh. He is crazy. So MilkiCow is crazy.
Yeah, mate, they're all crazy. They're animals.
As we do see, oh, nice trap there with the slow Lings. It is going to be making sure that none of those get on out of there. Does it reveal those roaches as well as those double Evos researching? So behind this, it looks like we're going to have a Baneling nest going down for YoungYakov. That is a nice way to help deal with all these slow Lings.
Definitely. With those Banelings to support, those Lings aren't really going to... They shouldn't really find too much damage here. They're going to have a hard time committing and surrounding these roaches of YoungYakov as we are slowly stabilizing the aggression. The chaos is ending, and now we are looking to, establish our third bases.
Yeah, exactly. Both players going to be getting those thirds up. We do have that 1-1 finishing up now for Namshar, so he will have that slight advantage with the +1 armor, both on the roaches and on the Lings as well. So he will be pretty strong here for a little bit of time.
Yeah, we'll take one additional Baneling to detonate on these Lings. Meanwhile, YoungYakov is going for a bit of a timing here. He was forced to cancel his third base earlier, so the pressure is on YoungYakov. He's already here, and these Lings are having a hard time engaging. The Banelings are rolling in. Up.
Yeah, Baneling's going to be sent in to try to take these out. Nice little bit of body blocking there from the roaches. That's a cute move, but unfortunately eats those big time with the Lings, and nearly every Ling going out. That means that these roaches are able to get the advantageous fight, and they are going to be able to start getting on top of the third here.
Yeah, exactly. We have more roach reinforcements behind this as well, and YoungYakov has an overwhelming amount of roaches. Namshar is cut off from his own third base.
Yeah, YoungYakov doing a really good job of splitting these two groups of roaches away from each other and continuing to keep those numbers low. There are a lot of reinforcements here coming out for Namshar, so I think he will be able to turn this back, but not before taking a fair bit of drone damage.
Yeah, a lot of drones have gone down, a lot of roaches as well. Looks like YoungYakov is being forced back, but he traded quite well here, and he's been able to catch up a little bit. If you remember, his third base was much later than that of Namshar's, and now the drone counts have kind of equalized here. Namshar getting a little bit of a lead here, but not for too long.
Yeah, I mean, after all that, they are very close, but looks like YoungYakov here is starting to break through here with the roaches. The reinforcements of Namshar arriving just in time. Defender's advantage really saving him here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. YoungYakov forced back once again. It trickles in a couple of additional roaches as well. as we do see more roaches behind this, YoungYakov was able to find an opportunity to drone up, and he now has, he has been able to catch up and take a bit of a worker lead, but he should be looking to hit a timing with +2, as it is going to be hitting far faster than that of Namshar.
Yeah, and I mean, the +2 attack versus 1-1 should be, I think, very slightly better.
Yep. Yeah. +2 is usually better here. Like, as you were saying earlier, +1 carapace is mainly useful when lings are involved, when it comes to protecting them against banelings or even protecting your own roaches against ling surrounds. But in straight up roach versus roach, it is not ideal. YoungYakov even is being a little bit cheeky, and he's going for a Spire.
Yeah, I like it. This is, I've been told by ZVZ players, this is the illegal move, making meters in Roach Wars.
It's so smudge if you're not prepared for it, mate. It's nothing shoots up, Papi. Nothing shoots up. So Namshar for the time being is unawares. He's just looking to maybe even take a 4th base. He's working on 2-2 as well. YoungYakov is I'm curious if he's going to wait for his Spire, if he's going to try and apply some pressure now.
Breaking the gentleman's agreement.
Oh, they're not gentlemen, but
okay. As we do see, Namshar going to be morphing a few Ravages in, so if YoungYakov does commit to a bit of a timing with these roaches here, that's one thing that he's not going to have. And that can be pretty awkward just because of that extra range, the extra health, and also just having to move away from those biles can sway a fight.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, Namshar does have some decent map vision, but he didn't go in to confirm any gases. He hasn't seen if the gases at the 3rd base were taken or, what tech is thrown down at the natural either. The Spire was finished unscouted, and now the mutas are on the way.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He definitely doesn't know. As we see him committing very hard here to a 2-2 timing. He's going to be taking out a couple of these overlords. I'm not sure. Did those mutas show themselves just there? Well, they did now. Yeah. And he's going to be going after these Ravagers and overlords.
Yeah, exactly. Now map control is firmly in the grasp of YoungYakov. He takes out an overlord, and he's going to deter any kind of roach push from coming across the map. Oh, he's even going to be fighting these queens. Interesting move. I don't know if this is the wisest choice, but there are only 3 queens, and he is going to be able to pick them all off.
Yeah, this is wild. I mean, he does lose, I think it was 3 mutas there to take out 2 queens. Not a very good trade, but it could be worth it just to give that dominance of the skies here.
It really could be. Meanwhile, Hydrogen was thrown down behind this. It does finish up quite quickly here, and Namshar is making as many Hydras as he can. He's replacing all those queens as well for some of that anti-air, but he has to be careful not to over-invest in his anti-air because YoungYakov is making roaches behind this, not mutas.
I feel like Namshar might not be in that bad a spot here. I mean, the main issue that he's having is he just hasn't been able to get a 4th up yet.
Yeah, no 4th base in sight, and taking a 4th can be difficult against these mutants as he's out of position.
Oh, he gets caught very badly out of position, and that 4th base suddenly turns from a small problem into a giant problem. Because he's only on 2 mining bases now.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have a 4th, let alone a 3rd base right now as the mutants dive on in. They pick up a Ravager. They're picking up some drones as well. And this is all forcing Namshar all in. He's going to be sending everything across the map.
Yeah, YoungYakov unfortunately getting a little bit careless with the mutas there. It does fly them into the Hydras, loses most of them, but that's because he is fully concentrating on defending here and does get a massive surround. Really beautifully set up here by YoungYakov.
Oh, exactly. With the pure roach here with 2-2, YoungYakov has the upgrade advantage. Hydras can sometimes sway things in favor of the opposing Zerg player, but there aren't really that many Hydras either, and pushing up this ramp is going to be a nigh impossible thing to do.
Yeah, really good trades to start off already for YoungYakov, and that's all he has to do. He just has to continue to take these good trades here. Pretty decent bile going to be coming out from Namshar. This is his moment to break on through, but looks like very good trades coming out for YoungYakov. He might be able to take this one down.
Yeah, exactly. The mutas come in from behind. They do get picked off, but there's just too much to defend here for YoungYakov. He has the economy. He has the larva. More importantly, he has the defender's advantage, and Namshar is running out of steam. He burrows. He saves some units, I guess, question mark, but he doesn't have tunneling claws. He can't move. He can't leave.
Yeah, I mean, he might just wait for his reinforcements to come here, but he's going to have to commit those reinforcements to try to save them. GG is called YoungYakov. A very solid win there.
GG, well played. Cute move there with the burrow, very cute move. Unfortunately, no, there was no follow-up available there, and yeah, Namshar was doing well for himself, dealing with the 12 pool to begin with, if you recall, and even recovering from the follow-up Ling Flood as well. But we saw that, yeah, the Mutas, they did a lot for themselves. They didn't really deal too much damage on their own, but they were getting rid of so many of those Overlords, getting rid of a lot of map vision, and Namshar, he didn't know where the main army was. That's why he was caught so off guard when it came out and pounced upon his third.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he might have been a little bit ahead regardless, but yeah, that looks like a very clean way to convert a lead though in ZBZ.
Yeah, definitely. Oh boy, and now we are getting into our next game. Well, I should probably update the score on the stream here. So CSO Esports take a bit of a lead. Namshar needs to win this game to bring it all the way to the ace match. Can he do what the rest of his teammates did and go for the 1-1?
Yeah, it's a good question. As here we go, the ZBZ going to be loading up on Ancient Cistern.
Yeah, do you have your pancakes? Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I want your pancakes.
Oh, okay. You can't have them like as it's spawning here in the top right hand corner of the map. Once again, looking like he's going to be going for a 12 pool. This is CSO Esports YoungYakov.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent, the Blue Zerg player representing PSISTORM Gaming. It is Namshar.
All right. So YoungYakov maybe recognizing there that there was a bit of potential with that 12 pool, but he didn't quite make the correct decisions there. I mean, he got a lot of drone damage to start off with, but then I feel like he overcommitted a little bit into the main, so looks like he's thinking here that with some small adjustments, he can get a nice, clean, easy win here.
100%. Like, things were looking really good to begin with for YoungYakov, and then not so much.
Oh, whoops.
Okay.
Wrong shot.
LMAO.
I'm being ashamed.
Oh my god.
I have other friends too, like, leave me alone.
It's all good, puppy. It's all good. I don't judge. As YoungYakov is rushing across the map here with his Lings, and Namshar, for the second game in a row, did go for a hatch gas pool opener. You'd love to see it.
You ever do that when you're whispering someone and then you just whisper it to your ladder opponent when you've just started a game?
Oh.
You just like GLHF, and then you're like, no thanks. It's like, what? It's like, maybe later.
I can't relate because I have my privacy settings on Asher, where they I can't see the whispering messages. Thank you very much.
I see. As yeah, we see Namshar once again going to be dancing back and forth. Hasn't lost any drones this time. Looks like this one will just be saved. So much better defense coming out from YoungYakov, but he does lose those Lings there. So this could get a bit scary.
Oh, it really can. YoungYakov does have the Ling advantage here, and it looks like a couple of drones are finally going to be going down as well. The drone drilling, is this really going to be good enough? I don't know if Namshar has enough numbers here as he loses all his Lings. Uh-oh.
Yeah, all the Lings going down. 2 drones go down. 6 drones go down, and it looks like YoungYakov might be looking to get a very fast win. The Queen was attacking the hatch.
It was attacking the hatchery, puppy, and now the Queen is going to be going down.
Oh.
This is too much.
Yeah, this is catastrophic damage here for Namshar, losing 7 drones, a very decent amount of Lings as well as that Queen. That is brutal, and that means that YoungYakov going to be enjoying a very healthy lead here.
Yeah, and I think we can see what the plan is here for Namshar. I'm curious, as he has Link speed on the way. He's got Lings in production as well, and nothing but Lings. I don't think he intends to drone.
Oh, he's going to lose this Overlord, though.
Oh, no. No! Oh.
Oh, the Overlord goes down. He did preemptively make a new one, but that is one less lava that he's going to have. So not a huge deal in the end. Doesn't really block him from building anything, but it is going to eat up one of those lava, which is so very important here.
It really is. We do see YoungYakov. He's going for a bit of a scout. He's sending 2 Lings across the map to try and see if there's any droning going on. We did pull a couple of workers down to the low ground, so Namshar is going to try and feign as if he has been droning, but he has to keep all of these Lings hidden for as long as possible. YoungYakov is also setting up for a wall back at home as the scout is coming in.
Yeah, I do like this here from Namshar. Just going to be walling off there with the 2 Lings and the Queen, hiding everything else. So things look relatively normal at the front here. It is going to be a little bit sus that the drones were missing. I think he already saw that drones were being pulled down, but there we go. Namshar going to be pulling the trigger. Can we get a wall up? We do have a bit of a wall, but we need a double wall. He is starting to reinforce that wall here.
Yeah, we have a secondary wall behind this. We have 4 Queens, and the Roach Warren is done. Roaches are in production. There's no way for this to really be broken, and Namshar starts droning.
Oh, I don't know about this. I feel like you need to commit into this wall. It's not going to get better for you.
Yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Namshar's trying to take a third base and drone. Meanwhile, he is miles behind when it comes to the economy and the overall quality of the army. To be fair, because of all these Lings, it's going to take a while for YoungYakov to push out across the map. But he's got a lair on the way. If he wanted to, he could even go for a Nidus behind this, and that could be his answer to move out across the map.
Yeah, and I mean, YoungYakov, he even got to cancel that backup wall there, and I feel like if Namshar had been putting pressure on this wall, he wouldn't have been able to do that. So this is an interesting one. We do have, yeah, that lair on the way, as well as that +1 attack. I noticed he started that on the outside one. I guess he's going to kill the middle Evo when he wants to get out, but I don't know how Namshar is going to be able to hold anything that's in store here for YoungYakov. I feel like that was his timing.
Yeah, that was his moment if he even had one, and now he's trying to transition. He's got Carapace on the way, doesn't have a Roach Warren, hasn't taken additional gases because he can't really afford to because he's just been droning this entire time. There's that Roach Warren finally. And I'm really curious to see what is going to be done, what is going to be used for this lair. The lair is finished and we don't have a Nidus, we have Roach Speed on the way.
Yeah, I mean, we have that Roach Speed, we have +1, we have a Baneling Nest coming down as well, so maybe YoungYakov going to be going for a pretty similar timing from that last game with Roaches and Banes.
Yeah, it makes plenty of sense. It's going to do quite well. Carapace, I don't think it's going to be done in time for this. It will help against those Banelings, but YoungYakov is already on the way. Lings are going to be coming out to reinforce this, and Banelings will be morphed in to help deal with the pure Ling that Namshar has to defend.
I do like this with Namshar. He has his Lings kind of tucked away to the side here, so there is potential for either a surround or counterattack. I think there's too many Roaches here to go for a surround, but he could possibly go for a counterattack, but no, he has been found out.
Yeah, he has been found out. We do have a couple of Banelings back at home to defend as well, so a Ling Rambai is going to have a bit of a harder time. Maybe he can catch some reinforcements. He has to be careful. No!
Oh! Oh. Yeah, that could have been very scary. Oh, once again, splits off into these morphing Banelings here. Looks like, no, there's no way that he gets in there. Those 3 Queens should be able to hold steady. And there's even the extra Queens in the main and natural, so there's 5 Queens potentially. I think they'd be absolutely fine to hold off all these Lings.
Yeah, they're on hold position. They have transfused energy as well. And meanwhile, across the map, YoungYakov is pulling the trigger. He has his Roaches, he has his Banelings, he is hitting with +1.
Yeah, no mercy. Gets straight on in there. All the Lings get taken out. The drones are being pulled into Banelings there. Oh, God, that would have been a huge hit. As it looks like the hatch will go down. GG is called. And YoungYakov does it for CSO Esports.
Oh, GG. Well played. YoungYakov is going to be the one and only player on his team to take a 2-0. And as you said, he does it for his team.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. CSO maybe getting a little bit of an upset there over PSISTORM. Very nice win, and that will be the end of that bracket, but we still have more StarCraft for you tonight.
We do. So congratulations to CSO Esports. Definitely a bit of an underdog team. PSISTORM Gaming have a pretty solid lineup. I mean, Again, Namshar typically does well for himself, but in these ZVZs had a bit of a harder time. Definitely his 12 pool defense left much to be desired, especially in game number 2. It was brutal to watch, and it did kind of force him all in. It forced him into a really, really awkward situation, and he had to make the best out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, a player of YoungYakov's caliber, if he recognizes in that first game that there's that vulnerability, there's no reason not to go for it again. And he was able to make the adjustments that he had to make and get that damage that was kind of there in that first game.
Definitely. So very well played by YoungYakov, as well as CSO Esports. Again, YoungYakov is another one of those players to keep an eye on. He has had more success than Trifax recently. YoungYakov, I believe, even made it into the regional, or into the group stage of DreamHack Europe last year. So he definitely has been getting some of those results, and it's cool to see him continuing to compete and continuing to improve here over time. 2-0 over Namshar is a pretty solid result. Pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely. Namshar, a very strong player in his own right, one of the strongest players out of NA. So that's a nice result there and a nice win for CSO. And yeah.
Oh, definitely. Meanwhile, we are going to be going for a bit of a short break. We're going to give everyone some time to eat their pancakes, get some water, stretch a little bit, go to the bathroom. When we return, you can see it here on the screen. We have one more Team League match for you. It's going to be Platinum Heroes going up against Starlight Twinkle.
Yeah, there we go. Don't miss it. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
See you then.